Okay, so Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. I am Nur Iman Batrisha Zabri and this is my teammate.
I'm Amirul Salih.
So we go by the name of Team Hack My 038 is Geo Analyst. We are presenting on the GeoAI driven decision support for mobile coverage and also tower planning in Terengganu. Basically, our project focuses more on using GeoAI as a decision support tool for mobile network coverage and also tower planning in Terengganu. So instead of analyzing each data set separately, we actually bring the relevant network and geospatial information together into one workflow. Okay, so for our objective, the main goal is actually to enable more data-driven network planning. So currently, network analysis can involve a lot of manual checking. So our core objective is to automate this process and make it easier to identify coverage gaps and support tower planning using actual data. And on the right side of the slide, we can see that our overall vision is to move from a reactive approach where we only investigate after issues occur towards a more proactive and intelligent approach. So instead of just responding to network problems, we want the system to help us identify where improvements may be needed earlier and also support better planning decision. So in simple terms, point A represents the current manual and reactive process, while point B represents the direction we want to move towards, which is automated, data-driven, and also more intelligent network planning. Now we are going for the problem statement. Why did we come up with this project? So this slide shows the main problem we are trying to solve and how our approach changes the current workflow. So on the left is the current situation where network investigations can involve manual point-to-point checking in Google Earth, while the required data is spread across different sources. And because of that, the analysis can take a long time. And in many cases, we only start investigating after complaints are received. And then on the right side is our proposed approach. We bring the relevant data together, automate the analysis using GeoAI and also ArcPy, and use the results to identify coverage gaps and rank areas that may need further network improvement. So the key transformation is moving from a manual reactive process to a more automated and data-driven one. Okay, next. We are now into the solution methodology. This is the solution layer, the architecture pipeline. So first of all, large data processing. We have a very large amount of telecom data. So instead of processing everything at once, the system handles the data in smaller batches. So this makes the analysis faster and also prevents the computer from being overloaded. Like for example, the 200,000 rows per batch simply means Python processes 200,000 records, finishes that portion, also moves to the next 200,000. And the second one, location filtering. So some of our data sets contain information from all over Malaysia. So the system automatically checks the location of each record and extracts only the data that falls within the Terengganu boundary. So instead of manually deleting non-Terengganu records, the spatial join does it automatically thanks to the Parliament and also DON data. The third one is data integration. So we combine different data sets like we can see in the slide, administrative boundaries, physical towers, operator coverage, nexus network, and also 3D terrain dam. So we combine different data sets so we can understand the network situation from multiple perspectives. So tower data tells us where the physical infrastructure is. Operator data shows network coverage, and also nexus data shows the actual network performance experienced at different locations. So our methodology begins by integrating tower, operator coverage, nexus test, terrain, and also boundary data in ArcGIS. And then we perform spatial, coverage, and line of sight analysis, where ArcPy is used to automate repetitive analysis, and also the results are used to identify and prioritize areas that may require network improvement. Now, the output of this solution methodology, Amirul will be presenting next. Go on, Amirul.
Okay, thank you very much, Iman Batisha. So we can go to the next slide. Okay, so this slide explains how our GeoAI layer process terrain and signal path automatically. Looking at the top diagram, when we pick a target spot, the system shoots out 3D light rays or raycasting to every tower within a 2-kilometer search radius. And then there's a clear line of sight. If there are no hills in the way, the path stays green and get a green check mark. And if the block line of sight, if a hill or ridge gets in the way, the system flags a terrain abstraction and colors that path red. At the bottom, you can see the four key engine features, which is the first one is batch processing, which is analyze many tower to location path automatically, which is to test multiple tower to location path all at once. And then the second one is to 3D raycasting, which is it compares signal lines against real 3D terrain elevation. And then for the next one is dynamic parameters, where it factor in tower heights and custom search distance. And then for the last one is suitability ranking, which is finally it ranks the best position based on the signal currents and tower distance. Okay, then next for the live demonstration, I will show you our current progress for our prototype. Let me share my screen. Okay, so most of the work we use an ArcGIS software where we from this open source software we got some data set which is we can get from open data source, which is the first one is work topographic map and then work hill shape map, and then we also because this project is focused on mainly for our job analysis, which is to analyze the network coverage for the map of Terengganu, and then to analyze and then to give the to propose for the solution, which is either to create a new tower or something. So basically this is our map. Then from here we can search from here, which is for lat long. Then first of all, second usually if checking on a location is good for a new cell tower, usually takes a lot of time, which is we have to manually check land height, calculate distances and draw significant one by one, where I will this tool to automate the entire process in a single click. Then we can search two position in two method, which is either we insert the lat long and we can also set in the radius of the coverage. Then from here, like this picture, like this test, from in radius of 2 kilometer from the location of we input, the system will automatically identify how many towers is located nearby to the lat long. And then from here, we can also analyze the elevation profile. Clicking here we can see if there's any mountain or hills that will block the location between the tower and the complainant location. And another method, instead of using the manual lat long, we can also use a pinpoint where here you can see here the all the data will be diminished, and then also then the programming will detect the the latest lat long, then have to identify the radius of the location, then it will identify how many towers, and then it will also identify how long the distance between the lat long to the towers, and also it will identify the elevation profile between the insert lat long to the towers. Here we can see. So, okay, same as before. So so instead of we need to identify only one tower to one lat long in a Google Earth, here we can identify all the nearest tower in radius of either 2 kilometer or 1.5 kilometer. Then we can see the actual elevation. From here, we can conclude whether the network coverage is very okay or not, depending on the elevation profile. So moving forward, we also plan to combine all telco coverage map, which is we will merge coverage data from all operators into one unified map. This will make it easy to spot through coverage black spots, overlap and gaps. And then once we got the accurate coverage, we also will upgrade the basic ground terrain to full 3D models, which is will be include building and trees terrain elevation, which is this will show the real world signal blocks in towns and cities. Then once we got the most accurately network coverage, we will let AI pick the best tower spot, which is we will build a smart algorithm that automatically calculate and pinpoint the best location to build new tower by balancing maximum coverage gains, local population density, and access to roads and power lines. Okay, that's all for me. I pass to Iman for the next.
All right, thank you, Amirul. Now we are moving to the benefits, like what would we actually get from this project? Okay, so first of all, the value of this project can actually be seen in three areas. First of all, operational efficiency. So this means the system reduces manual work. Instead of checking coverage, terrain, and LOS one by one, the analysis can actually be automated. So investigations can be completed faster. Second, strategic precision. So this means the decisions are based on data. The system helps identify which areas should be prioritized for network improvement rather than relying only on manual tracking or complaints. And third, public impact. This means that better planning can lead to better connectivity. So by identifying problem areas more accurately, we, MCMC, and also the service providers can actually focus improvements where they are most needed instead of just focusing on other places. Now, like any Geo AI solution, there are limitations. And this is why we keep a human in the loop. So first, the algorithm can identify possible obstructions and suitable areas, but it does not make the final decision. Second, micro local data. So the terrain data may not always capture very recent or temporary changes such as new structures, vegetation, or local environmental conditions. We need to constantly update it to the newest one lah. And because of that, human validation is still important. So MCMC officers, network planners, they need to review the GeoAI recommendations before any action is actually taken. So in short, yes, GeoAI speeds up the analysis, but humans remain responsible for the final decisions. For the scalability and sustainability, we actually designed the solution with long-term use in mind. So on the sustainability side, the system does not immediately suggest building new towers. We know they are expensive. So it first helps assess whether existing infrastructure can be improved or optimized. And these actually can reduce unnecessary costs and also resources. And then on the national scalability side, the system does not immediately suggest, although our current pilot focuses on Terengganu, the same ArcGIS and also Python workflow can actually be applied to other states by changing the boundary and also input data sets. So the idea is to start local first, prove the workflow, and also then scale it nationally lah. And the key point here is to optimize what we already have and then scale what works. Okay. So that's all. So actually our solution transforms scattered network data into clear actionable insight, helping planners identify where attention is actually needed and make better informed decisions with confidence. What can we say is actually see the gap, understand the cost, and plan the next move. I guess that's all from us. Team Hack My 038 is GeoAnalyst. I am Noima Batrisha. And that's all for GeoAI driven decision support for mobile coverage and tower planning in Terengganu. Thank you.